Grant Morrison's comics feel like trying to read philosophy while your house is haunted. You don't read Morrison, you survive Morrison, and hopefully get out of it without being too fucked up in the head.
Hero Bishop Show. Subscribe, bruh.
Every time I pick up one of their books, I'm like, okay, this'll be cool. Superheroes punching things. Grant Morrison. 3 pages in, I'm like, damn, does time even exist? Are these hieroglyphics? Is this a comic book or a damn warlock's Bible? Reality not included. I think Morrison wrote me into the wrong scene. Where am I? That's exactly what you get when you go into a Morrison timeline or time zone. Characters that didn't exist, or maybe they did exist, but now they exist in a different way. Lots of fourth wall breaking, lots of time-space continuum and trippy astral plane stuff, bruh. Morrison isn't just a writer. It's a chaos musician who accidentally started writing DC Comics. Okay, I'll give up the accent. Maybe, because I don't think I'm getting it right. But let me set the stage. Okay, Grant Morrison, Scottish, punk rock, anti-nuclear activist, occult dabbler. Believes fiction and reality blend together. Oh, and claims to be abducted by interdimensional aliens who are made of sacred geometry while on DMT. Or maybe not. Don't quote me on that. Like triangles? Yes. Cosmic geometry. Cosmic triangles. Deadly shape-shifting geometry. And all of this, the trauma, the punk rock, the anger, the metaphysics, the magic, goes straight into the writing. Every time. Now let's talk about Morrison's Joker in the Personality reboot, which is one of my personal favorites. The weirdest, scariest, smartest version we've ever seen. Morrison introduced the idea of super-sanity, meaning the Joker's mind moves so fast, so chaotically, that he has to reinvent his entire personality every few years just to keep up. Almost like David Bowie. That's why we got Goofy Joker, Violent Joker, Philosopher Joker, Face-Off Joker, TikTok Thirst Trap Joker. It's all canon. It's all him rebooting. Come here. Morrison's Joker knows he's fictional. He knows you're watching, so he changes personalities, roles, outfits, just like a sitcom. Oh yeah, it's true. The Joker winked at me from the page one time. Yeah. He'll do that. Now let's talk about the Jared Leto connection, the chaos consultation, if you will. And it doesn't have to be said, Jared Leto's my favorite version of the Joker. I will link a video to this so you can see why, and I'll die on a hill over that shit. Now here's the wild part. When Jared Leto was prepping to play the Joker in Suicide Squad, he wasn't just method acting. He studied Morrison's Joker, and then he personally discussed and talked with Morrison about how to play that Joker. Leto invited Morrison to his house, and they sat and talked. This is according to Morrison. They discussed super-sanity, disassociation, consciousness shedding, Joker as a living myth, identity as a living performance, the clown as a cosmic archetype. Bro basically got a masterclass in clown metaphysics. Ugh, so Morrison told him to mail used condoms to the cast like that? No. I don't think that was a spell that Morrison cast on him, and I don't think that was true either. You could tell his Joker was heavily influenced by the Arkham Asylum Joker, the Batman Rest in Peace Joker, and just Morrison in general. And that's the shit I do like. Let's talk about the beef with Alan Moore. 2 comic writing wizards clashing. This was the greatest occult beef in comics. I picture Morrison over at the house. Moore over at the house. Casting spells on each other, trying to fuck up each other's day. In the blue corner, Alan Moore, the grumpy Northampton swamp dweller. In the red corner, Grant Morrison, the punk chaos mage who refuses to sit still. Moore did Watchmen, Miracle Man, Swamp Thing, masterpieces. Morrison came up after, influenced by them. You can't deny that. Moore says Morrison copied him. Morrison says Moore is full of it. Moore refuses to discuss it. And Morrison refuses to stop talking about Moore. That was a lot of Morrison. Sorry. It's basically two dungeon masters arguing over who started trauma in comics. So, who wins? Well, we all lose. And by lose, I mean win. Because this beef gave us some of the greatest comics of all time. Now let's talk about the Invisibles and Sigil Magic. Now we're entering the real Morrison zone. The Invisibles. A magical comic book. A comic book that almost feels illegal to own. Morrison didn't just write the comic, they embedded chaos magic inside this fucking comic. A sigil is a magical symbol charged with intent. Morrison put sigils in the panels! And then told readers that their emotional engagement would activate these sigils. So by reading it, I was doing witchcraft? Yes. And you didn't even get college credits for it. Morrison asked fans to charge sigils to boost a story. Sales of those stories increased. Morrison wrote themselves as a character, then got sick in real life, then wrote a near-death sequence, then got better. Fans charged more sigils. Morrison's financial situation improved. That's not writing. That's ritual work disguised as entertainment. Morrison basically turned the fan base into an occult battery. Now let's talk about Morrison's transformation. From he and him to they and them. Morrison eventually came out as non-binary. That means they, them, instead of he or him. And honestly, for a mystical motherfucker like this, it makes perfect sense. Maybe the man ain't even they or them or he or him. Maybe he's an alien. And why does it make sense? They spent decades writing characters that change identities, change realities. They built worlds where consciousness is fluid. They explored masculinity, femininity, however the fuck you say that word, and everything else in between. Don't forget the aliens part. They were abducted by aliens, allegedly. So this wasn't a twist, it was an evolution, a canon update, Morrison 2.0. Oh, so they're like a multiversal variant of themselves. Nice. Exactly. So that brings us to Batman, the psychic time detective. Ooh. Let's talk about Morrison's Batman. This isn't I'm sad because my parents died Batman. This is Batman on acid. Oh, Batman, what the hell? This is I transcend time. I created a myth, fought a demon, became a myth, left clues in case I ever forgot who I was. We got the Black Glove conspiracy. Joker is the mirror of super-sanity. Zer in R as Bruce's psychic failsafe. Batman traveling through time. Batman Incorporated, turning the cowl into a global mythos. Bruce as the archetype rather than the man. Morrison also gave us All-Star Superman. Compassionate, gentle, holy. It's a story of Superman dying, but it's also about him becoming a myth, hope, Starfire. Then there's that iconic moment. That panel of Superman saving that girl off the ledge. That's Morrison showing their heart. Showing that they can write superhero comics the superhero way. Morrison writes Superman not as a strong man, but as the ultimate spiritual healer. Straight up. Multiversity, the comic that reads you. Here's where Morrison said, "You know what? I'm tired of writing stories. Time to write weapons." Is that Irish, Scottish, English? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Multiversity is basically a metafiction booby trap. Every issue is a different universe, but they're all connected by you. It's your fault. You. The haunted comic inside the comic, yeah. That thing tries to manipulate you into spreading it. So I'm the villain? You always have been. So Morrison's entire career is about one thing: transformation. Joker reinventing himself, Batman evolving into a myth, Superman ascending, the Invisibles breaking identity, multiverse breaking narrative, Morrison changing pronouns, fans doing sigil magic, and the story shifting as the world shifts. Morrison writes like somebody who escaped their own prison and keeps leaving the key left for us to find. Look, whew, Morrison was so metaphysical, sometimes I feel like I had to microdose just to keep up. But I've been sober 20 years, so I couldn't even do that. Whoa, hey man, this comic book's starting to smoke. Bro, that's a Morrison omnibus. I told you, handle that shit with gloves. So yeah, Morrison is a chaos magician, a punk philosopher, a Joker reprogrammer, Moore's wizard rival, an identity shapeshifter, an alien abductee, and an accidental teacher for Jared Leto's Joker. If you want simple superhero stories, don't read Morrison. Never read Morrison. If you want reality to crack open like an egg, welcome to the club. As always, I appreciate y'all watching. Let me know what you think about Grant Morrison in the comments below, and let me know what other videos you would like to see. Maybe some shit about a writer, maybe some shit about a company, maybe some shit about anything. But thanks a lot. Peace.